All right, if you're a Pfizer colleague, there's a great chance you have heard the term PSSP at some point in your career with Pfizer. The PSSP, the Pfizer Supplemental Savings Plan, is a really, really powerful tool in the benefits package available to high income earning executives. So if you have heard of it, this video is for you. Chances are you might have heard of the term trigger. So in today's video, we're going to unpack what the trigger is, why it matters, and how you can calculate your own trigger. But in a nutshell, the PSSP is a tool designed for high earning individuals to keep saving, keep getting a tax deduction once they've hit 401k limits. So if you're a high earner, you've maxed out your 401k and you want to get a bigger tax deduction, that's why Pfizer created the PSSP. So first and foremost, what is a high income earner? The IRS defines it as someone in 2025 as making over $350,000. What is that $350,000 made up of if you're working for Pfizer? It's made up of your annual salary and your GPP. So it does not include long-term incentives, performance shares, restricted stock, TSRUs. That's not part of the 350 number. So if your GPP and your salary are above 350, then PSSP is something that may come into play. Well, a lot of people come to me and say, hey, I made 350 when you include the long-term incentives, but if you don't include them, I wasn't at 350 and I still saw dollars go into the PSSP. How is that possible? Well, that's where the trigger comes in. So Pfizer in their plan documents, what they say is if you are someone at year end and your earnings projections are expected to be above the excess compensation limit, once you hit that limit, money will be directed into the PSSP. That is incredibly confusing, so let's unpack it. Basically what they do is they look at your contribution percentage plus the match on December 31st of the previous year. So they will take the 401k contribution limit, $70,000. They'll divide it by your contributions and Pfizer's contribution. So let's just use a really easy example. Let's say you contribute 20%. That's 0.2. Pfizer contributes 4.5%. That's 0.045. So your formula for your trigger would be 70,000 divided by 0.245. When you do that math, it comes out to 285,000 and some change. So what does that mean is once your income hits 285 the following year, well, all future contributions will be directed to the PSSP as opposed to the 401k. This is important to be aware of because the PSSP has significantly different liquidity rules. So it's not nearly as flexible as the 401k. So it may be the right choice. It may make the most sense. But we want to plan for that and make sure it's by design and not by default, so you're not losing access to dollars that you didn't plan to lose access to. So the most common way that I see this, and I want to be really clear about this, is we'll do planning with clients or we'll review clients' contribution percentages, and they underfunded their 401k. They realize this and they try to catch up at year end. So they bump the contribution percentage up to 20, 25, 30% to end the year. And then they just forget to change it. And now all of a sudden they have a trigger that is much lower than the 350. Maybe that makes sense, maybe it doesn't. But again, the contribution for the PSSP is irrevocable. So it stays until the following year's annual benefit. So it's really, really important if you bump your contributions up at year end to make sure that that's not dramatically altering your own personal trigger. If this is something where you want help calculating the math, again, we are a fiduciary. We do not have ties to any broker dealer. We're here to give you a complimentary evaluation on your financial plan. You can visit us at www.decimawealth.com. If you have more questions about the PSSP, see our other video here in the link. And I hope everyone has a wonderful enrollment season.